Ladies and gentlemen, this is internet personality Vangelus here with a review of the requisite Optimus Prime toy for the IDW-oriented Transformers Generations Deluxes, the upstart cyber cop known in this period of his life as Orion Pax. I expected absolutely nothing from this toy ever since it was announced, fixating hardcore on the Trail Cutter and Megatron figures that shared his shipping case, and he took me on one hell of an unexpected journey of discovery. While Orion Pax has never been to Earth, his vehicle mode looks like a pickup truck that fell from the sky and landed in a Cybertronian body shop. Primarily, the arms hanging out in the truck bed are covered and vaguely disguised with some weird aerodynamic fins, and there are some techie textures on the quote-unquote door panels, but the overall shape has a pleasant frontal slope, and the truck holds together very solidly. There are a pair of 5mm ports, one to each side of the vehicle, which allows you to store Orion's weaponry on his alt mode. It looks like weapons bolted onto the side of a truck. Functional, but hardcore unsubtle. Orion Pax has a really satisfying transformation with just enough flips and swivels behind each movement of physical mass to feel like you're getting your Deluxe's money's worth. I love how most of the outer truck paneling accordions up around the legs, and having the chest and shoulders move around on double hinges adds that extra special little something that goes beyond a basic stand up and straighten the limbs conversion process. Orion Pax's robot mode is where I started to hit my real epiphany. He's so well proportioned, his parts are so solid and unflimsy, his colors are strong and bold. Orion Pax takes everything that had gone so off track with 2012's Generations toys and tries to personally set the record straight all by himself. In particular, I love details like the machinery texture on the exposed underside of his truck mode side panels, or the sharp sculpting and paintwork on his head. And I adore the way Orion can stand with classic heroic curvature in his stance. Also, if you don't like those fins on his arms, toss them! It's a simple sliding T-slot connection. Carrying a cannon reminiscent of the classic Optimus Prime blaster and a pole-armed axe that he would likely go on to integrate into his forearm, Orion Pax is armed and ready for battle at any range. The accessories are just a cherry on top of this fantastic toy, adding further value that I'd have otherwise assumed to have already been spent on his bar-setting deluxe price-pointed body. A deluxe price-pointed body that sadly has no kind of swappable faceplate feature, and it's something I wouldn't have really cared about except that his Spotlight comic he comes with has him talking about his faceplate all the friggin' time. I actually thought that I could maybe lift the helmet up and swivel his face around, but no dice. I don't mind the lack of a faceplate, but third parties, you got a super easy task ahead of you. This head, by the way, is ball jointed with good range of loll and nod. His waist has a big, friendly cut swivel, something that is pretty easy to see tossed aside on a deluxe toy for the sake of cost. His shoulders are fully posable with a forward swivel and then a sideways, I guess this is a friction connection, not a pin connection. But it works well. There is a bicep swivel. There's a faux ratchety elbow, but it has a whole lot of detents, so it's not like you're only getting 3 positions of click. I quite like it. There's also a wrist swivel. The transformation joint could be used to add a little bit of wrist curvature if you so desire and are into that kind of thing. The shoulders are pretty solid, but it is pretty common to see them do that while you're messing around with them. This isn't really a locking point so much as it is something to just hold this in place. The actual locking is happening back here, and it can get a little finicky. He's got straight-up ball socket hips with a thigh mushroom cap swivel. His knees are not double jointed, but they have a tight, smooth hinge that does not afford it quite the... Oh, no, it does. Never mind. I am just crazy. You get the full 90 degrees. Hooray! And his ankles are on a ball joint. It is a ball joint that is also on a rotating connection, so you get all kinds of ankle posability. Orion Pax is a delightful toy to play with. Orion Pax is a textbook example of Transformers satisfaction. Under the deluxe price point, I've got 2 strong modes that do a decent job of hiding each other's unused parts, great posability, and a transformation that is ever so slightly more involved than I'd expect for a toy of this size class when it came out. He's not perfect, as the fin arrays will either work for you or simply not, and the fact that he's basically a younger Optimus Prime definitely can affect some collectors' ability to enjoy the figure these days, with Optimus and Bumblebee fatigues growing more and more common among fans. Still working on the vaccination for that. And I'm actually rather astonished that as of this recording, we've not seen anything as far as remolds or redecos for Orion Pax, because he seriously deserves it way the hell more than that Bumblebee toy. He is hands down one of my top Transformers toys of 2013, providing the surprising wow factor I got from Voyager Beast Hunters Optimus at a fraction of the cost. If you aren't entirely put off by the character, I highly recommend this figure to any fan of transforming robots, because it's a well-rounded champion of many of the qualities to expect from those kinds of figures. And if you are tired of Optimus, maybe just pick him up anyway and repaint him. He's a really good toy. Anyway, this has been Internet Personality Vangelus, and man, there are so many easy ideas for reuses of this figure. We've seen digibashes of Thunderclash, Younger Cup, Minimus friggin' Ambus. I am ready to buy this toy again, guys. My arms are wide open. Unleash the waterfall and soak me in the juice of Orion Pax.